What's going on, guys? It truly is your guy, Noober Schnoober, and today, what I have for you is learning how to use if, else if, and else. Let's do this. I don't know if there's any bad things what happens if we put our local script inside a starter GUI, but it has treated me better than it has for starter player scripts, so I'm an avid starter GUI local script user. Regardless, we're going to go create a table of things because that's going to be easiest for our example. So we're going to say local women equals, let's just say, and then we're going to do a table. So these curly little brackets, and we're going to have it inside a string. So white woman. I'm just going to name off every single woman I really know. Actually, no, we're going to do my tier list of women. So to be fair, it depends on the white women, but Latina woman. There we go. And Asian women, European woman, I guess Middle East woman. There we go. So now here's where our if comes to play. We're actually going to do something cool, and it's going to be something for you to learn. So for I guess number, instead we could do that, equals 1, I guess, and comma, and then hashtag women. There we go. Do, and then we're going to have that. So this is just for you to understand how this works. We're just gonna print out the individual woman. So woman, and then in this square brackets, number. There we go. And when we go inside the game, what it's gonna do is gonna print out every single woman. There we go. White woman, Latina woman, Asian woman, European woman, and Middle East woman. Now, here's where the if comes into play, because whenever you're using an if, or an else if, or an else is reacting to something. So, we're gonna do if number, so it's gonna be like the specific number that is on, is equal to, sorry, wait a second, is greater than, or equal to, let's just say, the amount of women that we have, 5, then we're going to print desirable. Alright? So then let's get some undesirable women. Big nosed woman. There we go. And then comma BBW woman. And there we go. Comma rude woman. And then comma, I guess, men. There we go. All right, there we go. So we're going to say if number is greater than, sorry, we should be doing is less than, sorry, my bad, for now on. So if the number is less than or equal to 5, then it's going to print desirable because that's how many that we have. We have 5 right here, starting from whites to Middle East women. And then now we're going to have else print you. Just like that. Let's just go inside the game and let's see. We have 5 desirables and 4 EUs. That makes sense. Let's go. Now, here's where else if comes into play. So, else if, it's going to be another if. Let's just say it's going to be the very last one, which is going to be, I guess, number equals 9. Wait a second, I can barely type right now. Then we're going to print, wait a second, print hell yeah. And then else, so for everything else, it's going to print out you. So just like that, we have our desirables, and then we have our ews, and then we have our hell yes. It's really, really simple. It's really, really simple. You know what the cool thing is? Oh my god, it is so cool. Wait a second. You can just say if it's something like a Friday. So don't mind the amount of tabs I have. We're gonna go and get the day. So if full day name equals Friday. Alright. We're gonna say local day equals os dot date and then in quotations percentage capital A. There we go. And we're gonna say if day equals to Friday, then we're going to do this. We're gonna print yeah. And since it's Friday for me, it did print yeah. And then we're gonna say else if I guess day equals to Wednesday or something like that, Wednesday, then you're gonna do this. You're gonna print it's Wednesday, my dudes. Wednesday. There we go. And then you're gonna say else, and we're just going to print it's not Wednesday or Friday. So this would be cool if you're doing something like where you want to make it so that every Friday, something cool happens inside your server, or every Saturday you want a player to get double XP. Or even you can go ahead and set an actual date for something to happen. Regardless of anything, it would be a cool idea, but here's exactly how it works. I guess we could just change this to Monday, since it's already a Friday and then nothing else would happen. So it's not Friday, or sorry, it's not Wednesday or Monday. There we go. Let's go run this script real quick. And it's saying that it's not Wednesday or Monday. So let me just go explain this real quick, or I should also explain like the little hashtag that I did earlier for like I guess the whole local number I guess equals 1 comma and then have hashtag women. What this hashtag does is it gets the number of women inside the table. Sorry for not explaining that earlier. I just realized that. But also, now it's time to explain what this is doing right now and how you would use it inside your scripts. So you could use if day equals to Monday or Friday, then you can print yeah. So you could realistically do this for like Saturday, Sunday, and Friday if you really wanted to make it that many days. Then you can do this line of code right here. This little else if thing right here is saying that it's not a part of this original group right here, but you want to do something different with it since you're putting it in a different line of code. So else if is just adding another if onto this thing right here instead of having to just say if day equals Wednesday down here. And then this whole else thing right there is going to be one that you're going to be using the most since this is probably what's going to happen for everything else. So let's just say that you want to check if a player has a VIP, then you're going to say if player has VIP, then this, and then else it's going to be for every other player. Just make it like that for every normal player compared to what's happening to the VIP players. I'm going to say that local, I guess, bool value or whatever equals to false. And then we're going to say if bool value, or I guess, sorry, if not a bool value, then we're going to do this. Wait a second. So what you're doing right now is that you're saying whatever happens down here is true. It's like a double negative. So you're calling it false, and then you're saying if it isn't false or if it isn't bool value, which is going to be true, then you're going to do this. Print wowzers. Wait a second. There we go. And let's just press play real quick. And just like that, we have our wowzers. So that's how you would do something like that. Whenever you're using not, then you're saying that it's not this, and you're usually dealing with a value. So this is especially useful for things with bool values like visibility or whether or not something is anchored or not. I'm going to teach you guys one last thing, and I guess it's going to be in combination with this. And so we're going to say local player. Wait a second. Yeah, just like that equals game dot players dot local player. if not player, find first child. Let's just give it something random like balls. Then we're going to print this. This man doesn't have balls. There we go. And here's exactly what it's doing. It's going inside a game, it's going inside a local player, and it's checking to see whether or not Bad Kit 1234 has anything called balls. So let's go do something real quick. We're gonna do something smart. So we're gonna say local backpack. Wait a second, equals, and I'm just gonna put the player to above this. I'm going to put the player to above backpack so I can use player in this case. Player, equals player dot backpack. Just like that. And then now we're going to say if the player doesn't have a backpack, so backpack, just like this. And then this man doesn't have a backpack, just like that. So, as you can see here, it didn't print anything because we have a backpack. We go into players. Wait a second. We go into bad kid 1234. We have a backpack. So the whole not thing again, I'm just explaining this for like the third time, is just saying that it's going to take this result right here, and then it's going to say that it's not that. So if we got rid of this, now if the player has a backpack, then it should print this man doesn't have a backpack. I should have changed that to man has a backpack. So let's just pretend for an example, this man does have a backpack. So whenever you're doing it like something like that, you're just trying to see whether or not something exists or not. So like I said, if we have if not player backpack, this man doesn't have a backpack, and then else you would do something like print this man does have a backpack. So if I run this real quick, we know for a fact that it's going to say that this man does have a backpack. And the reason why we're not using else if is because we're dealing with two different options here. We're dealing with a true or false situation if the player does or does not have a backpack. So the only time that you would want to use an else if is, like I said for the fourth, fifth time, is if you aren't planning on doing the exact same thing with this right here. You're just trying to say that else if. So if it's not this, then you don't want it to do whatever's inside the line of code right here. Anyways, this has been Noober Schnoober, and I will see you guys later.